Hey, Comfy Couch crew, it's me again, Nikki, the host of this podcast, My Comfy Couch. And I'm here continuing this series on Moral of the Story Is, where I'm telling you guys about experiences that I've had with men that I've met over the summer for the last couple weeks here. I am a crisis counselor, I'm a life coach, just trying to talk about what's going on in the dating field today to help unite single men and women. So now I'm going to tell you about my Caribbean people. Now, when I say Caribbean people, meaning I'm from St. Croix, this guy I'm going to talk about is Jamaican, right? So I went to this Caribbean soca wet fit, right? So it was like a soca event where it was like a foam party, something like that. So I'm standing in line, me and my friend, we get in line, and these guys walk up behind us in line, and they're together, and one of the guys like talks to me and says, hey, I like you, can we hang with you guys for the night? So I told him, yeah, sure. So while we were talking in line, he was really friendly and kind of touchy feely and seemed like he was really really into me, right? So when we got inside and everything, eventually we kind of got split up, because he went and got food and such, and my friend and I went on the dance floor. So anyway, fast forward that night, we hung out together, and really good vibes. Mind you, another boobs dude. So it seems like I just keep meeting these guys that are like into boobs, right? So anyway, met with the guy, and I'm used to when you meet a guy, a lot of them on the first date, if the vibe is good, they do try to engage somewhat physically. So I'm used to that. And y'all tell me in the chat if you think that's a red flag or not. Like, I've heard it go both ways. A lot of guys seem like, okay, if the vibe is right, then it's okay, if a guy does try to engage in certain things. But for me, that's always been like kind of a turn off. Like, I would like to build up to that. And eventually you can have sex. Like, if you really are vibing with the person, you're gonna eventually go there. So it's like, why rush it? Like, I don't really know you. But anyway, so I didn't knock him down for the points for that, because again, I'm used to people trying this. But I started to notice certain things, and this is where the moral of the story comes in, because this video is gonna be signs that you might be the side chick. Okay, that's gonna be the name of this one, because it seems that this is happening sometimes, where guys are having in a full-blown relationship and are trying to, of course, get some on the side and trying to deceive the second party. So in this scenario, I've started noticing things like when I would call. So I always do this test where I try to call guys between the hours of 9 to 11 to see if they answer consistently, because I'm thinking, okay, if you have a whole girlfriend or a whole nother family, you probably won't answer between that time. So I noticed that every time I called him, it would go straight to voicemail. Like his thing was like on do not disturb, always. Even if he just freaking called me and I call him right back, it would go straight to voicemail. So that's like, okay, moral of the story is red flag number one. If this dude is not answering the phone, he can't answer the phone between the hours of 9 and 11, and his friggin' phone keeps going straight to do not disturb. So of course I pulled him up about it, and I'm like, why your phone keep, going straight to do not disturb? This fool have the nerve to tell me, oh, it's because he gets moody sometimes. Okay, right? So I have idiot written across my head. So I'm like, Lord, here we go with the SHIT, right? So that happens. So then I noticed that we hung out at one point, right? And when we hung out, I was like, oh, let's take a picture together. My boy dashed out the picture so fast. And it's like, no, we could take it another time. I'm like, why are you running out the picture though? That's another red flag, okay? Another part of the moral of the story. If the man don't want to take a picture with you, he probably belonged to someone else. Another thing with this guy was that, he wouldn't tell me. I wasn't exactly sure exactly where he lived. So it was like at one point, every time I would have to like meet him or get somewhere close to his house, it would be like down the street from his house, or, you know, if I pulled up to where he lived, he wouldn't really be coming out the door. Like he would just kind of be in the area. So, and he, about his car, he's like, oh, you know, sometimes I borrow it to my sister. So, you know, he would drop the car here. His mom would live here. And, you know, so it was really strange. Like I was not sure exactly where he lived. So that's another thing too, which should be obvious, right? Like if you don't know exactly where the guy lived, if you don't see him walking out from his friggin' front door when he coming out, that's another red flag, ladies. Okay? So yeah, this guy had a million red flags. So I just want to say this to you. Moral of the story is you might be a side chick or in line to be a side chick if a guy is pulling any of this crap. And no hate to my Jamaican folks, but you know how some of us Caribbean folk be doing. Not right. And this is just folks, period. But oof. So moral of the story is, ladies, if you meet a new guy and he can't answer the phone between 9 to 11, you might be a side chick. If his phone keep going straight to do not disturb, straight to his voicemail every time you call, you might be a side chick. If you don't know where this man live, like for real, you ain't see him walk out his house, you might be a side chick. And if he dodging pitches when y'all out together, you might be a side chick. So y'all be careful out here. Don't be afraid to you know, really look things up and go with your intuition, because some of these guys are out here in full-fledged relationships and they're trying to play around. So y'all be careful out here. Thank you again for watching my Comfy Couch, and I'll continue these. Moral of the story is, and I'll see you next time on my Comfy Couch. Toodles.